Good morning, good afternoon, and a very happy Friday, guys. We did it. It's the end of the week. We made it. And we are joined today by my co host, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Zeropium. Good morning.
Oh shit! Guess who's back? Back again. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you guys. Happy Friday. And thank you all for being here, putting up with me again. I love getting to hang out with you guys. So, for those of you still tuning in after all these shows of me rambling on, man, top of the morning to you. And big thank you to Purple for having me on again. So, it's great to be here, and I'm excited to see you guys again.
Hell yes, love getting to talk gaming. And before we do jump into it, because we've got some pretty cool topics to talk about today, let me say hi to everybody. So we have got Ren Zero. He says, hail to the great Zero.
I don't know how great I am. I'm average. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Nice to see you, my friend.
Good morning. We've got Leia Rose. Great to see you. We've got Brandon, the anime guy. Great to see you. Good morning. We've got Keely Chow. Roll Tide, Keely. Let's see. We've got Dave Bob. There he is. We've got Sakura 315. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Let me scroll up. Project Storytime. Good morning. We've got the author himself, Adega Outlaw. Good morning. Jaden Hamilton says hello. Good morning
Hello.
to you. Let's see who else we've got. D-Bud Martin. Good morning, D-Bud. Good to see you. And I saw SJ Almighty as well, and Nearsighted Cyclops. Hello, guys. Good morning. We've got a great crowd in, as always. Great to see everybody. So, we've got a little bit of a mixed bag today. We're going to talk a little bit about a very famous Nintendo character who's got a anniversary coming up and a game released. And we're also going to be going over and giving at least our initial thoughts on the new Paramount Plus Halo show that's just dropped. So, shall we start out with the Nintendo character himself, the great Kirby?
Kirby. Wait a minute. When you said pink, everyone's favorite pink puffball, I thought you were talking about Jigglypuff from Pokemon. No Pokemon. Psh, all right. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out of here.
It was a short show.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, yes, we're here to talk about everybody's favorite pink little puffball, Kirby. And yeah, 30 years. 30 years old. This lovely little pink puffballs franchise is 30 years old this year. How unbelievable is that? I I don't know where the time goes. I honestly don't, but 30 years and wow. It's unbelievable. And we're celebrating a brand new release as of today. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's here.
It is, yeah. And from what I've seen from people, initial reviews, it's getting really good reviews. People
Yeah.
are loving this game.
Yeah, oh well, it's aimed for kids. Hey, you know what? Try the original on hard mode and then get back to me. or use Kirby in Super Smash Bros and watch him just beat the absolute shit out of people and tell me that's for kids, man. Yeah, so the reviews are rolling out on Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and people are loving it. They're saying it is an absolute delight. It is just an absolute joy to play. And thankfully, I'm here to talk about Kirby and the Forgotten. God damn it. No, this is Kirby Star Allies, because here in Canada, Nintendo gets all their stuff depending on what store you go to. They often FedEx or UPS all their games. And of course, the store I went to this morning did not have it on release day. So I didn't have time to go around hunting for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you need to pick up a game on the day of
Yeah,
its release or anything,
yeah. I mean, I could always download it digitally, but no, I want my physical copies. So I can go
Mhm.
to the same place tomorrow morning and it'll be there, guaranteed. So no worries there. But yeah, I have gone through the demo several times. And yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I am super excited to go through yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kirby was doing some Dark Souls stuff before Dark Souls was a thing. Yeah, so I'm super excited to go through it. This especially being Kirby's first 3D environment. You know, everything's still got stages and you progress that way, but it's a 3D environment now. It took 30 years, but Kirby finally got the
They
3D
got there in
treatment.
the end, damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they finally got there when it was getting good. And it's it looks like a beautiful looking game too. But
It does.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I was watching somebody play it earlier because I wanted to get a kind of feel for the game and to see why the character was so popular. Because I've never been, of the Nintendo side. I know some of the characters, but Kirby was one of those ones that kind of passed me by. But
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of fun. This looks like the sort of game that I'd like to play.
Yeah, it's just feel good fun. It is absolute feel good fun. It's like comfort food in video game form, you know. I mean, if you're having a bad day or, you just want something to relax with, Kirby is there for you. He is there to just have a good time with you. So yeah, that's why I love the guy. I love the little puffball and I always will.
You talked about Smash Bros. Is he one of your kind of go-to characters when you play, or is he kind of like one of the secondary characters that you have?
Well, my previous Smash Brothers career, and I'll be the first to admit I was never very good at it. I'm still not very good at it. I'm decent. I wouldn't necessarily say good. When I think of games that were Dark Souls before Dark Souls ever was, I just think of Rayman 1. Yeah, that was a good franchise too. That was really, really good. Sorry.
Awesome mug, by the way.
Yeah, this is my new Zelda mug. I came prepared for y'all today. Yeah, well, of course, being a Metroid fan, I always kind of use Samus, which might have been a mistake because everyone kind of has different move sets, and if one doesn't really click with you, there are other easier ones to get a hold of, right? So I kind of just bounced all over the place with Smash Brothers. And then when I got Smash Brothers Ultimate, the adventure mode in there, which goes on forever, might I add, I probably did over 1,000 battles just in adventure mode because it goes on forever, and I'm not kidding. You start with Kirby. Kirby's the only one that kind of survives the whole ordeal. No spoilers here. So he's the only one that kind of makes it through. So that's who I started with because that's who you're designed to start with. So I kind of just got used to it, and then I actually used him quite a bit. Also, if you didn't know, Hal Laboratory, what's his name? Sakurai, Mr. Sakurai, same guy who invented or started the Kirby franchise. So Kirby and Smash Brothers, they're pretty much related. If you didn't know that, I'm sure some of you do, but yeah, it was brought to you by the same company.
That is awesome. And we were talking that it's his 30th anniversary. I didn't realize that the character had been around for so long. Do you know if they're planning any kind of really big celebrations? Because they generally do with the characters, don't they, Nintendo?
Well, yeah, you'd think so. They didn't really do anything when Mario turned 35. they had the 3D All Stars collection, which was a limited run. So good thing I got that when I was in. When the getting was good. I didn't really see them do too much for Zelda's 35th anniversary, which also happened this year or last year. Metroid's how old is Metroid? Metroid was what, 86? So yeah, that's getting up there too. But we had Dread this past fall, which already won an award at the Game Awards, so good on them. And Metroid Prime 4 is still coming out at some point. I don't know when. But yeah, to showcase a couple things here, you talk about anniversaries, ironically enough. Yeah, so Kirby in the Forgotten Land, obviously 3D Kirby celebrating Kirby's 30th anniversary. I don't know if they'll do too much else, because getting a main console title launch like that is kind of a big deal. And I remember getting this for the Nintendo Wii. This was Kirby's 20th anniversary edition. I don't I got the box around somewhere, but it came in like a really nice designed pink box. It's I just keep it like this for easy shelf access. But yeah, this was the Wii edition that they put out for his 20th anniversary. There's a lot of stuff on there. It's got pretty much what does it have on here? Yeah, it's got all the games up until this point. All
That's a
packed onto
good collection.
all packed onto one disc. And as a special treat, see there's the nice disc when they had lovely looking art on them. And
Back when they actually put the effort into it.
Yeah, and instruction manuals too. Like, does anybody remember those? And the cool thing about this is they actually included a nice official soundtrack CD.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so it was very, very nice to get my hands on that 10 years ago now. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, Ren Zero's got it right. Metroid 4 is vaporware at this point. Metroid Prime 4, sorry. Yeah, it's coming. I promise you it's coming. We just don't know when. But yeah, that was Kirby's 20th anniversary 10 years ago, and now he's 30.
Now he's 30 and we're finally getting a new game. That is cool.
Yeah, so how fantastic. Yeah, and over the years, I'll go through these quick because I know we got a lot of ground to cover. So obviously you got your Game Boy game, which was the first one. Then this was my introduction to it, pretty much Kirby's Adventure there, which I believe we've showcased already.
Yes, I remember you talking that when we were talking collections.
Yeah, I did show this one by mistake, or not mistake. This is Star Allies. Yeah, this was the first Kirby game on Nintendo Switch. It's obviously it's your typical side-scrolling Kirby with a lot of mechanics and stuff in there, but it's super fun. It's good old comfort Kirby if that's what you're in for there.
I love that. We have got a question and a super chat. Thank you from Salty Texas C. It says, what is the best dystopian first-person shooter in your opinion?
Oh, man. A first-person shooter in a dystopian environment. Oh, man. That's a really good question because
you would go to something like Horizon Zero Dawn, I suppose. Death Stranding.
There's so many of them, and I'm having trouble coming up with just one because there's a lot of third-person action adventure games I've played in similar settings like that. So man, if I really had to narrow it down, it's a tough call, man. That's
was good.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I wish I could come up with a better answer than I don't know. There's too many of them, but it's true. With a little prep, I can probably get a better answer for you. But yeah, there's so many good ones to look at, especially in that type of setting too.
Yeah, and I like the kind of dystopian setting of games, and I think that works really well. I think that's one of the reasons why people were so excited for Cyberpunk, obviously, because it kind of refreshed that genre.
Yeah, it's again, we don't need to get into that. I remember playing Duke Nukem. Yeah, there's that too. There's that
Duke
too.
Nukem, yep.
Yeah. I'm here for all the babes. I remember playing oh actually I got it over here. Nope, way down there. Or is it over here? Oh god, where the hell is it? Yeah, way to not. Okay, I don't know where it is. I don't see it. Anyway, there. I swear to God, I know where it is. Actually, oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
You got it.
yeah. It was a little bit. The one I was looking for was Matrix: Path of Neo, and I don't know where the hell it is. Oh, there it is. God damn it. Yeah, I remember playing this one on original Xbox. This was better than Enter the Matrix. That one was kind of shit. This one follows Neo's path pretty much throughout the entire trilogy. Really, really cool. There are some parts I could do without that just dragged on forever. But this one was really cool to go through, especially for movie fans, because they filled in a lot of stuff you can't do in a typical 2.5 hour movie. So that one was really cool for that type of setting.
I've never played those. That sounds really cool, actually.
And the
I remember them coming out.
It's already over. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said I have never played those, but I do remember them coming out at the time.
Hmm.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, the other one I absolutely loved. Even if you're not a fan of the movies, the game itself was awesome. This is one of the rare cases where a movie-based game was actually really good. I mean, really good. It is Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay.
Back in the day when every film that came out had a game that went
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the games were crap, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this game is a absolutely amazing stealth action platforming first person adventure. It was absolutely phenomenal. And
Mhm.
if you really wanted to, again, I don't know where it is. Oh, I used to be so good at this. Yeah, they had a 360 version. I got it somewhere, but whatever. There's a 360 version that came out. Where is it? I'm gonna know. Yep, there it is. They had a sequel on 360, Assault on Dark Athena. Not as good as the original, but the cool thing is, the disc you can get it on has a remastered version of Butcher Bay. So if you want two birds with one stone, there you go. But if you can get your hands on the original and some OG Xbox hardware, you cannot go wrong with Butcher Bay. It's phenomenal and beautifully voice acted too. Vin Diesel went in there and just did his thing, and it was rock and roll all the way.
Vin Diesel's a surprisingly really good voice actor. He really kind of puts a lot of effort into it, which you wouldn't
Yeah.
kind of expect from him, maybe.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. But yeah, phenomenal, phenomenal game. So I think off the top of my head, that would be a couple of them there.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's so many to go through, obviously, which means you got a lot of good options as well. But yeah,
Yes, that would be a really good kind of topic for the future as well. You know, like
hmm.
a top 10 list of different genres that we could come up with.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to start narrowing down top tens. I don't know if I could do it, but yeah. So I'll fire off the rest of these, so we can get our show moving. So obviously, what else do we got here? All right, so back to the puffball. We also have Kirby Superstar for Super Nintendo. This is pretty
Yeah, I love those
much.
cartridges.
Oh
Those are
yeah,
so cool.
they're gorgeous. So this was kind of like a Game of the Year edition with all the DLC included before Games of the Year were a thing. This is eight. It says there 8 games in one, and you go through every one of them in sequential order, leading up to, I guess, a boss fight or whatever. Spoilers
Mhm.
aside, but this is great with co-op too. So yeah, if you can get your hands on this with some original hardware, go for it. This is also on Nintendo Switch Online. If for Switch owners, if you got that, yeah, you can't go wrong there. And to round it out, if you've got a Nintendo DS, there's Superstar Ultra, which is essentially kind of like Superstar, except there's even more included in this one. Yeah. And I also like to keep this. Yeah, remember instruction manuals? What is that? And I also like to keep
Just
this in
weird bits of
here.
paper that they used to put in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. I also have Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland on Game Boy
Oh, I
Advance.
love that game.
Yeah, this is kind of like a remake of the first two there, so they give it a lot more animation and a lot more character for Kirby and stuff. And Ren Zero with the $2 down there, you the man.
Oh, thank you, Ren Zero. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, he says saying thanks for your company, Purple and Zero. Well, thank you, honey. It's
Aw,
always great to see you in chat.
we're so glad to have you here. You guys are just all awesome, man. So last couple I got moving on to 3DS, which is also over 10 years old now. We have Kirby Triple Deluxe, which is a brand new adventure, which obviously with the 3DS being 3D without glasses, it really works though. It's cool. Those
Did
of
that
you that
mess?
know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did that mess with your eyes? Or
Um, it really depended on the game. Like most of the games I have for 3DS, they play phenomenally, with no eye strain whatsoever. There's quite a few games I have though where 3D is not really required, so I could take it or leave it. But yeah, the 3D looks really good. I think if you have sensitive eyes, you might just
Mhm.
kind of want to gradually coax yourself into it. Because obviously a lot of the 3DS games had to use 3D, but it's not really a hard requirement. But yeah, so Triple Deluxe is a brand new adventure in 3D, which kind of just makes use of foreground and background stages in your side-scrolling levels and whatnot. So yeah, that's cool. If you can find a copy of that, it's also really good.
Yeah, I'm
And
guessing some of these are quite hard to find now as well, I would imagine.
I wouldn't say they're hard to find, but some of them you might have to pay a little bit more for. I know one that I was lucky enough to get my hands on is Kirby Planet Robobot,
Oh,
which is this is the 3DS Kirby game that everybody wants. Like everyone's after this, and it's Kirby in a frigging mech suit. So I mean, you really can't go wrong there. There's a lot of fun to be had with that one. So yeah, I just felt like showcasing some of the collection to celebrate Kirby's 30th anniversary and maybe give you guys some ideas
yes.
if you're looking to get your hands on some more pink puffball merchandise.
That is an awesome collection. What is it that you think that kind of gravitates people towards this character? You know, he is very, very popular. Obviously, you know, he's been around for 30 years now. But
Mhm.
what is it do you think that people really like about him? Is it because he's so fun to play?
I think, well, first off, and yes, I'm going to say this, he's just so friggin' adorable. I mean, oh shit, I forgot one. Sorry. Oh my God, I'll be back. God damn it. Son of a bitch. He's adorable. That's what it is.
It's adorable. Whatever it is, it's got to be important. But for me, I would agree. He just looks so darn cute. Way to go, Zero. And Ren Zero, I love the idea of him being in a mech suit as well. That looks so freaking cool.
I don't
I
know
really
where
need
I'd
to
put
play
it.
these games. Let me say quickly, hello. We've got Brightest Day. We've got the lovely Apollonie's Minion. Great to see you guys, as always. Good morning.
My God.
You're right, honey.
Yeah, I apologize. It was the last one I pulled off the shelf there, and I actually didn't add it to the pile. I set it off to the side because I'm sorry. So, all right. I apologize. Last one. This is a little bit difficult to get your hands on these days, unless you're willing to pay. But if you'd like to race with Kirby, you can play Kirby Air Ride.
I've never even seen that.
Yeah,
Is that Dream? Is that?
no, it's racing with Kirby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Renzi, at least I'm wearing pants. I'm always wearing pants, and don't you want to know who I am, where I'm from, if I have pants on? So yeah, it's not your typical like kart racer like Mario Kart or anything.
Okay.
It's kind of like combat racing,
Oh.
and stuff like that. So I won't give any spoilers away. If you don't have this and can get your hands on it, it's fast paced Kirby. But yeah, this one, especially these days, it's a little bit pricey. But yeah, so I just wanted to showcase a few of those, maybe give you guys some ideas. If you don't have any of those and are looking to increase your puffball collection, you can't go wrong with any of the ones we showed today.
But you would recommend it, and you would recommend the new game as well that's just come out. It sounds
I
like you're
yeah,
excited for it.
I haven't even played it, and I would already recommend it if you just want feel good fun. That's for me, and I think it could relate to a lot of other people. Kirby is just feel good fun. He is video game comfort food, and he's just there to put you in a good mood, put a smile on your face, and have a good time with your little puffball. You know, like I love action games, and
Racing.
yeah, and I love racing. I love Mario Kart, and I have the biggest love-hate relationship on the planet. Maybe we'll get into that one day and I'll tell you why. But yeah, I love blowing shit up. I love puzzles. I love simulations. I love all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you got to kick back and just have fun with this adorable little mess. Like you just look at him. He is
Look at him.
just
Look how cute he is.
he is just so cute, and that automatically makes you want to pet a cat or breed bunnies or something like that, you know. So yeah, sometimes you need to slow down, you need to kick back, relax, and play something that just makes you feel joy
Mhm.
inside. You know, that's a key word, joy.
Yes.
You want
And
to be
I
filled with
I love the,
positive energy.
the shooting games and,
Hmm.
things, the high energy games, but I also love platformers.
Yeah.
So my kind of go-to, if I was going to do that, would be something like Spyro, for example.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, that is
Absolutely.
so damn cool.
Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to show some of those to you guys. Yeah, once again, give you some ideas if you don't have any of those and are looking for a few additions. If you can get your hands on them, great. If you love Kirby as much as I do, yeah, just go nuts, man, because he's there to just make you feel good.
Nice. Are you going to be doing like a review of the game? Do you think, or is it?
Uh oh well, you know me, I don't really make material at all. But yeah, but I will be getting it tomorrow. For sure, absolutely, because this is very late in the day for me, so I can't be bothered to go out and do any more shopping today. Yeah, if you even want to pick this up later on after I've put probably hundreds of hours into it, yeah, for sure. But I can already tell you guys, I'm going to love it because the reviews
Mhm.
that are coming out, everybody who loves Kirby just says this is a fantastic Kirby addition to the franchise. So if you're thinking about getting it, stop thinking and just go do it because
Just do it.
yeah, you're just gonna have a good time, man. And there's a lot to do in this one too. There's a surprising amount of things to do, like upgrading your copy abilities and rebuilding a town. Yes, you did. This is my Zelda mug. Yep. Good eye. Good eye. So yeah, I will be going to get it without hesitation. I'd have it now if the damn store had copies in stock, but yeah, I can't
Stores
wait.
stores don't
Yeah,
need to sell things. It's fine.
nah. It's like, well, why don't you just get it digitally? No, like you
Well,
already know. I want
a
my physical
physical
copies.
a
Yeah,
physical copy
as
where possible.
as
Yes.
everything just goes flying off the shelf. That's why you don't go physical anymore. But yeah, absolutely. I will be getting it for sure. I can't wait to sink my teeth into it and watch Kirby just inhale everything. It's going to be so much fun because I love the demo. And if there's more of that to be had, I'm all for it.
Nice. We're getting some good game recommendations and people's favorite
Yeah.
games in the chat as well. So you guys are awesome. And
Yeah.
what we also have is a member chat. So a big thank you to Brandon, the anime guy. He has been
Woo!
with us for 5 months. Big thank you. He says, out of all the game systems, the GameCube game collecting has gone insanely expensive recently.
Oh my
If you have
god.
one, clean it, get it restored. Hail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's yeah, GameCube stuff is just getting wild, man. Like there's yeah, there was a couple things that even I had my eye on and I was like, yeah, you know what? Nope, not in that price range right now. So, yeah, luckily again, you know, living through all those times, if I saw something I liked, I got my hands on it. So, I have a pretty decent GameCube collection. If you're looking to do what I did though, and dismantle your GameCube to clean it, please follow an instruction manual or something like that. Because I got everything apart, no problem. And yeah, but when it comes time to, I don't know if it was just me, I was just having a dumbass moment, but when it came time to put the little tiny spring back in the lid so it would go up and
Ooh.
down on its own, I was getting so pissed off. I wanted to take the GameCube and throw it through a wall. And I
Ouch.
it got to a point where I threw the lid across the room and I said, "Fuck it, I'll just buy a new GameCube." Yeah, but luckily the lid survived. It's okay. And I did get everything back together. But yes, for the love of God, if you don't know what you're doing, make sure you want to attempt something like that. If you've never taken a console apart before, I do not recommend a GameCube. Start with something much simpler.
Yes, yes, and something less expensive to replace as
Hmm.
well, if that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. there's a lot of GameCube stuff we can get into too. I even have we'll save it. We'll save it. We got so much ground to cover today. We don't got time for everything. So, yeah, Kirby Games, 30 years old. Happy birthday, Kirby. I love you, buddy, and I can't wait to try out your new adventure. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. Happy birthday, Kirby. That is so cool. And I did want to get your opinion because I had a feeling that this new game was going to be something that you would love.
Mhm.
So
It's good. It's going to be
that is
something
awesome.
special. Yeah, I'm going to have a smile on my face all day when I play it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Sometimes you just got to kick back and play something fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, take it from me, the guy who still plays Animal Crossing every morning. Like, because I need that nice. This is nice. Is this what it's like to feel happy sometimes? Like,
Is this what
yeah,
happiness feels like? Exactly.
yeah, man. Yeah. There's Brandon, the anime guy, calling Kirby a power sucker. Man, yeah. Wait to see Kirby's new ability when he inhales vending machines and cars. Oh my god, it looks unreal. Yeah.
That is crazy. Let me just say a huge thank you to SJ Almighty. Thank you so much. He sends us a stream elements tip. So a huge thank you. And he says, honey and lemon fund for your bad throat. Keep up the great work, Purple. Great stream. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. It's getting better, I promise. Might sound a bit rough at the moment, but it's definitely feeling better. So
Okay.
thank you so much.
That's why I'm here by myself today. You know, when you feel sick, you're just like, I'm not doing shit on camera today. If you feel gross, you just put no effort into looking anything other than gross and pathetic. So yeah, we've all been there. We get it. So I'm flying solo today, folks. I'm sorry. But that's okay.
I can show you guys what I look like, but you would regret it. So
Oh well. I could just imagine too, like,
there we
oh,
go.
that are you kidding?
What I look
That's
like.
nothing. Oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. That's,
So Purple looks rough today.
oh well, be like, oh my god, no, oh Kirby, sweet Kirby, no, must poke eyes out. No, are you kidding? You looked fine. I have seen gross, and that was not gross. So it's okay. It's okay. But I understand. I totally understand.
Bless you is all I could say to that.
I didn't sneeze, but thank you just the same. Yeah.
So the other thing that I wanted to talk about today is more of a it's I think you couldn't get further away from Kirby if we tried, could we? It is the news that the long awaited Halo series has finally dropped from Paramount Plus, and I think it's fair to say it's getting mixed reviews from a lot of people.
What? let me show you, Purple, and everyone in chat. Let me show you my big surprise face. Like, really, who didn't see that coming? Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, and again, I will freely admit this, I haven't seen anything aside from trailers and whatnot. So this is like a fan of the game from the outside looking in. So this is kind of an interesting perspective. And as a fan of the series, naturally I would want it to succeed. So
Yes.
yeah, so Purple will have to take us on a walk through maybe what to expect.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about it because we're coming at it again from two kind of very different perspectives. Now, I played Halo, I loved it, but it wasn't one of the franchises that I got deep into the lore with. I just enjoyed the games, I enjoyed the multiplayer. You know, for what it was, I've never read the books. And going by the first episode, the people that made this TV series haven't played either the games or the books. They know of the franchise. They know, they had like a list of things to tick, and they've ticked them, but the heart and soul isn't there.
Yeah, you gotta have heart. If you don't have heart, you don't have shit. Yeah. So all right. So again, from the outside looking in, do you think a fan of the game series or the novels or the franchise as a whole, do you think this first, I don't know if you want to get into spoilers or not, that's your call.
Yeah, I mean, I'll skirt around the spoilers. There isn't that much to spoil, and that's
Okay.
the tragic part of this first episode, and for
Mhm.
what I've heard, the second episode is actually not as good as the first episode.
Okay, so yeah, that goes along with what I was going to ask. Do you think
Hmm.
a fan of the franchise is going to have something to worry about with this new series?
I think so. I think, and just going by what I've seen on people's reviews, going by what I've seen, the back and forth that people are having on Twitter at the moment,
Mhm.
it's another one of those that is going to divide a lot of people. I think a lot of people had very high hopes for this. This has been in kind of development hell for a long time.
Mhm.
Uh, but I would agree with what people are saying in the chat as well. This isn't something that is very easy to translate into a show. Now, this first episode is an hour long, but not a lot happens.
Oh
Um,
god.
and these episodes, I think it's 10 million per episode they spent, and
My
some of the
god.
CGI is quite ropey, especially when
Yeah.
it comes to the design of the Covenant. Um, it wasn't. I didn't think it was great, but there are other scenes that look fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, it's very hit and miss, and it's very weird. I like the main actor that plays Master Chief. I think he plays a great role. I thought the armor that they put them in looks great.
Mhm.
He looks the part. But as Jaden Hamilton says, yep, Master Chief takes off his helmet.
In the first episode, I mean, yeah. And I was saying to Purple before the show, I was saying if it were me, I wouldn't even do that. Because
Hmm.
that just way to just completely remove the mystique of Master Chief because he's never been exposed, especially down south. And I said, if it were me, I would probably maybe be a dick about it and tease a face reveal at the end of the very last episode,
Hmm.
and then have something interrupt him where you end up don't seeing his face anyway. I would probably go that route, or just not do it at all.
Yes.
Initially, I probably wouldn't reveal it at all off the bat. Teasing would be a little bit fun, but ultimately, I just wouldn't do it.
Yes, I kind of like that idea. Like he goes to take his helmet off, and someone steps in front of him, so you don't see what he looks like, or he
Yeah.
turns his head away at the last minute, or something. That sort of thing. I think
Hmm.
to build it would be quite interesting to see. Or yeah, absolutely. Or have the camera be so low that you can't see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work as well. That would
Yeah, that
be
would work.
an interesting way to do it. And Renzero says that keep the helmet on. That's Master Chief,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it was a odd thing to do. It
Hmm.
was a very Mandalorian kind of reveal.
Hmm.
If you've seen that, that's what it reminded me of, and I
Right.
think that's the problem with these shows that they're bringing out at the moment. They're all very almost cookie cutter. It doesn't matter what IP that these shows are about, they all hit the same beats each time.
Hmm.
Um, and I was surprised with the first probably 5 minutes. The opening scene I thought was great. They don't shy away from any of the violence. It's very visceral. I thought, oh, okay, this looks interesting. Color me intrigued, but
Hmm.
it's set pieces throughout the episode, and the bits that aren't action are actually quite boring.
Right. So it was kind of like 5 minutes of trailer footage followed
Hmm.
by whatever filler they decided to sticky note that day or whatever, right? So yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, if it ever pops up on like Netflix or something like that, yeah, I'll check it out. But at this point, I'm not too excited about going out of my way to watch it. So I don't know, because I mean, especially this day and age when everything's just so easy to ruin.
Hmm.
God, it's almost as if you'd just be better off ignoring the whole thing entirely. But again, we're only one episode in. It could change because I've watched a lot of shows where it takes a long time for it to actually get good.
Yeah, it could be a slow burn, but I think that's not gonna make die-hard Halo fans really happy. To be honest, they want what they saw in the game. They want that
Hmm.
action. They want to be immersed, and they
Yeah.
even go so far as to we've got the third person, but we've also got first person view as well throughout, which it's an interesting way, but they need to kind of integrate it better. It was quite
Mhm.
jarring when you switch from being an observer and watching these characters to having the on screen, inside the helmet look
Yeah.
that they have.
Mhm. Was Cortana in the first episode?
No, no,
No?
she's not
Okay.
in the first.
So they're gonna wait for that fantastic reveal again. Now, Ren Zero pointed out they got Cortana to perform Cortana. Now, that's just her voice, right? Was that Jen Taylor?
I think
Is that
so.
her name? I think that was her name. Because she did the
Yeah.
voice in all of them. Now, was it Jen Taylor didn't face cap Cortana, did she? Because I don't think that looked like Jen Taylor at all. Was it?
No, if I remember, Jen Taylor's an older lady now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's another actress that they've got. But that Cortana that they showed in the trailer, really, people didn't think much of. I've got
Oh, oh, Kirby, show me something cute and fluffy and no. Again, I am gonna say this yet. No offense to the actress who actually lent her face to the image of
Hmm.
Cortana. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just obviously from a fan's perspective, that's not Cortana. That's all I can say. No offense to the actress. I thought she looked good for what it was, but that's not what Cortana looks like, obviously. I mean, if you're making a point to make Cortana in the series look CG because she's a holographic projection or whatever, then
Hmm.
what's wrong with CGing at least something that looks similar to game Cortana? Can you not do anything that resembles that? You're using CG for it anyway. Why not just save yourself a step from face capturing someone and just put a CG Cortana in there? That's just my opinion though. I'm not a movie maker, I'm not a director, I'm just a fan. And certain fans don't like certain things. I mean, what can you say?
I would agree with that as well. Do you think that this is going to go the way of so many other kind of video game adaptations? Because we know from the past that it is hard to translate what's in a video game to live action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tough when you look at it that way, because that be like for me, if it were me taking on a project like that, picture yourself trying to translate a novel into a movie. You take this whole novel, something this big, and you got to shrink it down to a screenplay about that big, and you got to
Hmm.
condense it all and go through that. It's a little bit intimidating, and I'm not a writer, so I don't know these things. So if it were me or someone following along those lines, taking a whole game series and other novels on top of that, you've got a whole franchise worth of material. Maybe, again, silly me just thinking, oh, I don't know how to condense this down. Screw it. We'll just make up random shit and do that. Like, we'll just do that. Save ourselves the trouble. So yeah, I could see where the technical problems come in, trying to strain all of that down into one overarching plot point throughout however long the series is going to go for.
Hmm.
Um, if it was maybe more of a singular episodic show where each show didn't necessarily have an arc, it was just one problem per episode,
Yeah.
I could see it being a little bit easier that way, because then you can take certain elements from games or novels and just pinpoint one of those, and then you get a whole episode out of that, or 2 or 3 issues, whatever you want to do. But yeah, condensing all of that material down to one, if that's what they're trying to do,
It
it's
seems to be they've kind of picked bits and pieces that they know will, spark the remember berries with the fans.
mhm.
But they've also said that this is not part of canon, so they're basically
AK,
telling Silver Team's
yeah,
story. Yeah.
AKA, we don't know how to write shit, so we're just gonna make it up. Yeah. So that you just hit the nail on the head there. Yeah. Okay, we got it figured out. Yep. Hey, I'll tell you what. If that's not their ultimate goal, then prove me wrong. Prove to me, prove to us that you know what you're doing.
Yes, and Cutlass, 72 Gamer Cutlass, good to see you. It says YouTube has the whole Game of Halo's chronological storyline for them to watch.
Oh, we don't
Yes.
have time for that. We have, yeah, whatever. So
Well,
we'll
that's
see. We'll see
pretty
where it
much
goes.
what they actually said. You know, we're not gonna take too much from the games. We're not gonna take too much from the books. We're gonna take the characters and
Hmm.
try to hit certain beats. But this is gonna be a whole new story. Yeah,
Yeah.
and a part of me is agrees, yeah, and don't have time to read the lore. And I think that's the problem as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, are you a fan of extended media? Like say say it's like a movie that you're into or a
Mhm.
film series or whatever, and then you find out, oh, well, this if you want to find out what happened between part 1 and part 2, go read these books or whatever. Like do you think that should be
No,
enforced, or
because
do you think
that's what Destiny did.
yeah, like cuz I mean, like cuz a buddy of mine, we're joking about the new Batman movie the other day, and we don't need to get into that, but for example, he was saying, oh yeah, it kind of looked like, maybe they're trying to do another trilogy out of that. And I
Mhm.
just think, stop, just stop, time out, stop trying to look at the bigger picture when you're just getting this off the ground. Like, focus on one film and worry about sequels later, because there's 8 bajillion ways to do sequels. Focus
Mhm.
on one and make sure you can get that right before you sign off on doing these 3, 4, 5, 6 part multiverse feature films and crap like that, cuz man, that's
Yeah.
when shit starts to fall apart. Yeah, just calm down. Do one. Start with one. See if you can handle that.
And G San says, "Buy the optional DLC, buddy."
Yeah, or just buy the DLC. Yeah. You want to know what happened in Destiny 2.5? Well, make sure you download this DLC or some shit like, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough, but yeah, who knows?
And good morning, X-Wing. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good one today. Yeah, for me, I think it's going to annoy really hardcore fans, and from what I've seen, it already has. People are already saying that this isn't Halo. This is Halo in name only.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I think there's going to be enough to keep, say, normies coming back. It was like I said, I actually really did enjoy the opening scene. I thought it was pretty
Mhm.
well done. I thought some of the choreography is a little bit ropey. We've got some very odd CGI guns that they've swapped in with the actual, physical weapons that they've created. So it's a little bit jarring when they switch back and forth, which is a
Is
bit
there
odd.
is there something wrong with using fake looking, like, fake guns? Like, I know with all the crap going on with Alec Baldwin and stuff, they don't even have to fire anything. Just give him something to hold on to that looks good. Like, is there something wrong with that?
When they're holding it and firing it, it looks fine, but he puts it on the floor and then kicks it, and it's quite obviously a CGI
They
weapon.
had to CG kicking a gun on the floor. $10 million an episode, and you can't get an actor to just go, "Ugh." Are you shitting me right now? Oh my god.
I could have got somebody to, 3D print it and just paint it if you.
Like, even if it didn't travel in the right direction, how much money did you piss away? Because I guarantee, even if that one little scene took 50 takes, it's gonna cost a lot less than CGing a gun. Oh my fucking god. I, I can't, but why? Just why? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. If you can't even do something that should be so friggin' simple in a practical environment, like, you kick shit every day. Oh, here, look at this, guy. Look, I'm gonna kick something across the floor. There, I just saved you $4.8 million.
You're
Give me a
welcome.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus, tap dancing Christ, guys. That blows my mind that they would do something like that, because, oh, it's hard to get the angle right or something. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to film school. My God. Holy crap. I'm
It's
sorry
either
for
that or they've only got one and they're, you know,
Yeah.
they're so desperate to look after it, they don't want it
Yeah.
broken, so they couldn't
I
have the
oh,
main actor kick it.
you can't make more. Like, where's all the money going to? I'm sorry for the rant, guys, but it's little things like that that just tell me we've lost the art of filmmaking. Now studios are probably just getting movies made, because there's a big difference between filmmaking and getting a movie made. And now it just seems like, I don't know. It's like people don't care. I'm sure there are a lot of people that fight for their jobs and they try the best they can with the materials they're provided with, but come on, that to me, that screams laziness. Like, just get it. Take an actor wearing the pants and the boots of the uniform, one camera, go out there, kick the gun, job done. You just saved yourself all that money paying some guy a salary to do this on a computer for 4 hours.
Well, do you remember the trailers that we used to have for the games when they were coming out? You know, like Reach and Halo 3. They had some phenomenal trailers, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these are like 10 plus years ago when these came out, and they still look great.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, and it's funny because I don't even know if E3 is happening this year in person. It might be. But anytime I think of that now, when you talk about game trailers, it's like, wow, it's you see a bit too much of that these days. It's like when people announce new games or whatever, it's all just giant cinematics and stuff, which is fine. That's cool. It showcases the ideas of what they're trying to do. But I keep telling myself, if it were me, why don't you just talk about, if you don't have anything decent to show gameplay wise, don't announce it. Just wait until you have something concrete to show people. Because if I ever went to E3 and it's like, oh, Elder Scrolls 6, and they just show a cinematic of some guy walking through a forest, it's like, that doesn't tell me anything. I mean, look at the Elder Scrolls Online cinematics that they do to showcase new DLC and shit. They're all just little 10-minute movies. It's like, no, show us some gameplay.
Yeah,
is that too much to ask?
Games in the past have really gotten in trouble for doing stuff like that. I mean, if you think something like Dead Island, do you remember that amazing trailer that they came out?
Oh my god,
with the little girl going out the window, and then the game we got was nothing like that.
Oh yeah, did that piss the people off or what? Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, especially this day and age when it's easy to screw everything up, I want to know what I'm getting, and I know that's a lot to ask of developers and publishers and things, but you know what? Boo freaking who? If that's too much to ask, maybe you need to reprioritize what it is you're exactly trying to get out of this business besides a few extra bucks.
I would agree with that as well. Yeah, it seems like the chat thinks so as well. Says now consumers love the 10-minute of nothing. Yet people's attention spans seem to be getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, I can attest to that too sometimes. There's I mean, I don't know, like sometimes I'll get something new, like a new game or whatever, and I'll play it, be like, all right, that's cool, and then it'll be shelved for 3 or 4 months out of the year. I always finish what I start, but nowadays it's kind of tough. It's like a very select few that I get legitimately excited about, saying, I'll get this day one, I'm going to play it day one, and I'm going to have a blast with it. So I don't know. It's a really picky market that it's become, in a sad kind of way. You really have to kind of be careful with what you're putting your money towards, because they're not getting any cheaper.
Yes, you have to be careful. One, because you don't know what you're going to get. Two, people are very kind of wary of pre-ordering now because they've been let down so many times before. And three, we've all got less time, to be honest. We don't have the time that we used to have, to invest in these games. So when you do, you want a game that you really love, that you think is going to bring you joy. And Eponymy's Minion, I absolutely agree. I'd rather read a book. And that's one of the things I've noticed that I haven't been doing recently. I need to get back into reading.
Yeah, even back during, when I was a kid playing Nintendo and stuff, because I was pretty much a loner when I was a kid. Yeah. Even when I had Nintendo, I still read books like there was no tomorrow.
Hmm.
I read novels. I read Goosebumps, if anybody remembers
I
those.
remember Goosebumps. Yeah. Oh,
Those
sorry.
those were freaking awesome. They'd probably read like shit now, but yeah, I used to read so much. And actually, quick funny story. During my Skyrim days, which is still ongoing, I used to love going to the.
So
I,
yesterday, then.
yeah, it
Yes.
actually was yesterday too. I was playing it yesterday. I mentioned in a previous show we did about Skyrim how I love going to the Arcanium at the College of Winterhold and going book shopping,
Hmm.
and just being able to get with the fancy book cover mod that you can get out there too. I love collecting books in Skyrim, and several years ago that really got me inspired to start to regrow my book collection, like hardcovers and the fancy leather bound ones and stuff. And I've got a whole shelf of that stuff now, and I haven't even read half of them yet. But it got me excited about using your imagination again, because if you're
Hmm.
like me, you're reading and you're visualizing it.
Yes,
Like that's
absolutely.
better than any friggin' TV show, because that's a direct channel. Like that's your brain showing you these things. And if you can do that, it means you got a good imagination, so there's nothing wrong with you. Even if you're one of those people that have to read and you kind of mouth the words while you're reading, that's cool, man. That's cool.
That
Yeah.
is awesome as well. George Hilton, good to see you. And Seb Personal, good morning. Great to see you as well. George says, feels like the game devs stopped being gamers. And we've talked about that as well. They don't want to
Yeah.
play the games. They're saying the games are too hard now.
Oh, boo hoo. Did y'all hear about the guy? What did he work on? He worked on God of War or something like that. He became a meme instantly because he was playing Metroid Dread and he got lost. He couldn't figure out what to do. And and he said it was bad game design, and everybody else was figuring it out going, oh, this is so friggin' cool. And this one guy who worked on God of War saying this game sucks, this is bad design. Oh my god, look it up. Don't ridicule him any further than it needs to be, but man, it was hilarious. Yeah, he couldn't he got stuck in one spot and just chastised the whole game because he just couldn't figure it out. I think, and yeah, that's the divide that's within a lot of people now, like as short attention spans, and they don't have as much attention to detail when you sit down and you
Mhm.
play this thing and you have to figure things out. Games nowadays have puzzles, yeah, but um go back to like old school 8-bit stuff, man, when you didn't have any other advantage. You had to like sit down and literally get good.
Yes,
That's
because if
that's
you
the
don't,
thing.
you don't progress. Exactly.
Yeah. Like when I was going through Metroid Dread over the fall there, I was so excited to play this. And
Oh, you had a hell of a time with that game, didn't you?
yeah, it kicked my ass. And it wasn't, the boss fights were one thing. The boss fights are there to beat you up and make you like it. But there were even moments when I was trying to figure out shine spark puzzles and things like that and getting power-ups. And there were times those moments literally made me want to pick up my Switch and throw it through the wall. you know, and I was making some good progress, but you hit a wall with a boss fight or a puzzle, and there were times when I would sit there and I was literally asking myself, am I still good enough to do this? because because
Have I
I've lived.
gone too old to game? What the hell?
Well, yeah, because I mean, it was that question, that little lingering doubt saying, have I been spoiled with
Mhm.
games getting easier for the past 20, 25, 30 years now? Have I been spoiled where I just forgot how to do this kind of stuff? Which is why, for lack of a better term, I was so proud of myself and elated when I finally beat Metroid Dread for the first time. Because, man, I was on such a high when I was done that. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I still got it. And then a week later I see people speed running it in an hour, like yeah.
Yeah, I never liked the idea of speed running. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen people say they've done the speed runs on Elden Rings, and I'm
Hmm.
thinking, what's the point?
Yeah, yeah. Now I will say I do enjoy watching speed runs on certain games and things like that, because I have a lot of respect for people that are that good where they can
Hmm.
sit down, play through it once, and they're already calculating what has to be done where, how to sequence break this and go through this, and they get it done. And not only that, they spend the next couple decades perfecting that.
Hmm.
Like that boggles my mind. I will never be anywhere that good at all. So I do have a lot of respect for speedrunners that can actually sit down and just, I don't know, channel that part of their brain that just makes them put it all together like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's almost like building a battle plan in your own head. I've seen
Yeah.
people do it, and I can't do it. It's not something that
Hmm.
I have the skill for, but I do definitely respect people who can do it, and it is, as you say, really entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're entertaining to watch. I definitely wouldn't try it, and because in all honesty, the amount, look at original Super Mario Brothers runs. That game's been so optimized now. um just with human hands on, perfection. It's been
Hmm.
so optimized. If anybody can cut their time down by even half a second, it would probably take another 10 years for them to figure it out, because it's so technical and sound, and the ability to do these frame perfect jumps and frame perfect glitches and things like that. Yeah, it is unbelievable. That being said, I wouldn't watch like any speed run on anything. It's the games I know and love that people enjoy. And
Hmm.
they have literally, like a basic Super Mario run, these people have literally put thousands upon thousands of hours into trying to put this all together into one ultimate perfect run. It's absolutely crazy.
It is. I gotta admit, I like to, but I like to watch people play games, and that's
Hmm.
one of the things that I've noticed has been a really big kind of resurgence, especially on YouTube. It's gaming. I was watching Low Spec Linux Laptop yesterday play,
Hmm.
and that was great to see. I know there's a lot of other people that are delving back into games. A lot of people are playing Elden Rings. I just find it relaxing to watch people
Yeah.
enjoy playing a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Star Screaming. Oh man, Starscream Gaming says Super Punch Out. Man, I remember watching a Games Done Quick event where two guys actually co-opt the original Punch Out on Nintendo blindfolded. Like they shared the same controller and they both co-opt Punch Out blindfolded. From Glass Joe all the way up to Tyson. Like
Wow.
that's friggin' crazy. Like try doing that on your own blindfolded. But no, these guys played on one controller. Like one would move and the other would attack, and they were both blindfolded. Like it was absolutely unbelievable. That's the kind of stuff that I just go, wow. it's
That's not
amazing.
normal, but that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's unbelievable. If you haven't checked out Games Done Quick or anything like that, those are speed runners of the nth degree, man. They're all pros, and they raise a lot of money for a lot of good causes. So there's that here.
Yes.
That makes gamers cool. Yeah.
Let me just say a massive thank you and very warm welcome to Ren Zero. We have a new berserker in our midst.
Woo.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And Mr. Tickletron, I see you. It says speedrunning is about tricks and glitches, but mostly watching the cool pinpoint accuracy, etc. It's a spectator sport about excellence, not doing the game quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
There's actually, if you guys might remember this, on the original Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo, it was World 4-1, where you start running along the plane and that little friggin' bitch Lakitu is dropping the red spiny shells all over the place. I actually on my own sped through that level, and I did everything a certain way. I knew when to jump, I knew what to skip and how to avoid it. So imagine my surprise when 30 years later I watch speedrunners do the exact same thing on that level. And I'm thinking, wait,
You're
man,
ahead of your time.
when I was 8 years old, I was on to something, you know? But yeah, it's just unreal. It was unreal, man. I couldn't do the whole game in 4 minutes and 53 seconds like they do now. But yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
Absolutely crazy. We always have an absolute, if we have one talent, Purple, you and I, it's we can go off topic. Like you know,
Amazing.
watch us speed run 78 conversational topics next time, guys. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You joke about that, but we've got an entire list of possible things to talk about. So we have got
Yeah.
so many topics that we can pull from.
Yeah.
But quickly as well, let me just say thank you to Mr. Turkle Trunk, who has been a member for 7 months. He says, what's this button do? Oh.
Which button?
Press the button.
I don't know, because I'm still from a generation where you had, like 2 buttons. That's cool. 4 buttons. All right, you're pushing it. 4 buttons and shoulder buttons. Okay, that's cool. You don't need all of this, and then you got other things like, oh, we got 8 buttons and a trigger and analog sticks. It's like, okay, what do we need all this for?
That's even before you get into all the extras.
Yeah. Well, it's like, back when I used to play in television and stuff, for 8-bit games that barely rivaled Atari, do we really need a number pad on the controller? Like, what do you need all that shit for? It's like you just move a little guy going pew 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 pew. It's like, why do I need numbers 0 through 9? Like, is that really necessary?
Am I ever going to touch these?
Yeah, with a circle pad in the middle and 2 buttons on either side. Do I really need any of that to play the Intellivision version of poker? I don't think so. But man, yeah, the Atari Jaguar. If you'd ever get that piece of crap to work, all the buttons on that controller, what the hell was that about? Jeez.
I think that's one of the topics we're going to cover as well, isn't it? All the bizarre, not only pads that they've come out with, but all the extras as well, like the Rumble Pack and the Power Glove.
I love the glove. It's so
a lot of
bad.
people did. Yeah.
I don't know if any of you are actually getting that reference, but it is from a movie. I'm sorry. Yeah, back when what was his name? The dude who had the power glove, and he had oh yeah, I've got all 91 NES games. It's like, yeah, you're missing a few decimal points there, buddy. Texas Instruments, they gave me my first calculator. Yeah, man.
And Starsoon Gaming says, I cannot wait to talk more game systems and some of the weirdness. Awesome.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
I know this is a very open question, but let's ask the chat. What would you like to see? Would on the next episode? Would you like to see like accessories or another franchise or a specific game or console? Like, because again, Purple and I and all of you in chat, we have an eternity's worth of material to go over. So yeah, if you guys ever have any suggestions, by all means, let us know, because I'm sure we can cover something.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, and put them in the comments below, please. We will definitely get to all of them. But I love getting to do this. I love getting to talk gaming with Zeropium.
Because it's the one thing that I'm at least semi-qualified to talk about, because I know we cover a lot of pop culture stuff and things like that, and I'm thinking, well, I haven't really seen like Halo today. I haven't seen Halo. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like, oh, today we're going to be talking about the new Star Wars movie. It's like, no, I didn't go see that because I didn't want to. No, it's all good. So I'm at least semi-skilled to talk about this. I'm not even that skilled.
He lies. We've got some good suggestions. We've got franchises from Ren Zero. We've got, whoops, it skips on me. We've got retro games based on movies from Stig
Nightmare on Elm Street. that was a piece of junk. Oh well.
That's the hill I die on. That I love those films, all of them.
Yeah. All right. All right. So okay. So let's, because I'm seeing. Okay, we could do one that would be probably easy to go through. We could do. Let's start with two. We'll pick two, and then we'll
Okay.
move on. Would you like to say again? This is just my suggestion. So let's ask the chat. Would you like to do another franchise, or would you like to do accessories? Those are just my suggestions. We
Mhm.
don't have to do those, but
Bearing in mind, of course, that we are actually going to do this more than once a month as well.
yeah, like don't be
Mhm.
afraid to like limit it all just to like one big pile. We've got a lot to go through. We could do a 24/7 stream for the next 24 years and we'll still have leftovers. So don't feel like you have to throw just the last ditch effort of something out there. We've got a lot.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a poll up on the community tab and let people vote. I think that would be the easiest and fairest way to do
Mhm.
it.
That's
So
fair. That's fair. Yeah,
that
because
sounds awesome.
because we want you guys to be involved too. Because I feel
Yes.
bad sitting here for an hour yapping my ass off. Yeah. By all means, folks, get involved because I love getting to engage with you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Because I get excited for this all the time. Because you guys rock. You know how to hit it.
Hell yes. Well said. So I think we've got a few ideas to be getting on with for the next show. That is pretty darn awesome. Thank you guys. Before we do have to sadly wrap up and let everybody get on with their Friday and let Zeropium get some rest, what have you got coming up?
Eventually. Well, again, you can catch me on Monday mornings of mischief, Zero Nintendo Power Hour. So yeah, if y'all are looking to stay up to date, then yeah, just catch me on Monday morning. I don't do anything on my own. So I'm sorry. I'm not really what you would call a content creator. Um, if if you guys want to see me play a game with or without commentary, I could do that for you and upload it. But
Yes, we did talk
it's
about doing a kind of Skyrim delve with the mods, didn't we? And doing like a kind of
yeah, we
talking and playing at the same
we
time.
we'd probably have to disable some mods before we put them
Mm.
on YouTube, but that's okay. Yeah, I've never video captured Skyrim before, if my thing could even handle it. It probably could.
Yes, I'd
But
have
yeah,
to
I
probably play it through the PS4. I think that would
yeah,
be
yeah.
it's usually the easiest way to get
Yeah,
the
I'm
games
sure I'm
playing.
sure I could do it, but man, I
Mm.
just I don't think I could get excited about waiting 17 hours to upload 40 gigabytes of footage. Just taking a walk through Skyrim or doing a cave or something like that. But yeah. Oh, there's a good question. Did you guys, sorry, Mr. Tickle Trunks asked, did you guys ever use alcohol swabs for game cartridges or did you blow into them like a Neanderthal? I always because because I know you can get them out there somewhere. I always wanted a shirt with an NES cartridge on it that said "Blow Me." Um, yeah, when I was a kid, I always blew into the cartridges. Actually, I had back when I was a wee lad. I actually had neighbor. I'm sorry, we're running a bit over time, but this is what happens. I actually had a neighbor when who when they couldn't get games to work without blowing them, they would actually stick their tongue in
Oh no!
and lick the pin connectors in there.
Oh
And oh, for some reason that always got it to work. No, no, don't
no!
do that.
Don't,
Um
kids don't do this. No.
yeah, so um so yeah, many years ago when I started taking protection and restoration and general maintenance seriously, I started doing things the right way. But every once in a while, I would catch myself putting a game in, wouldn't have it come in right away or start working right away. So obviously, 35 years of muscle memory, I'd take the cartridge out and blow it. It's just a hard habit to kick. It's
Yeah. Once you
yeah,
do it, you think, oh, why did I do that? But like you say,
yeah.
muscle memory, you do it automatically.
Yeah, so quick crash course, guys. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure many of you do, but I always love helping people out. Take your cartridge, get yourself a little cotton swab, get yourself a little bottle of isopropyl alcohol, anything either 70% or more, because anything less than 70% is going to have too much water in there. And water is not something you want going on your metallic 72 pin connectors. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just dab your little swab, put it in there, both sides, give it a good scrub. Keep doing that if you keep getting black stuff coming off, because there's a lot of wear and tear that goes on to these things. And then take your dry side, polish it off, and it'll be as good as new. I promise you. Unless your pins are just destroyed or corroded, then you're screwed.
Yeah, then
So,
there's not much you can do with them,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but you at home can make your own NES restoration kit for about $5. Because yeah, your isopropyl alcohol and your cotton swabs, you can get them on the cheap any day of the week. Yeah. I just thought I'd share that. I'm sorry if you're out there. Yeah, we know, Zero. Shut up, man. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't know, and they still do the wrong things. Like I've seen
Mhm.
people use Windex. No, don't use
Oh,
Windex. Windex has water in it. You don't
yeah.
want to put water on these things.
And these things,
Yeah.
like you say, they will last a long time if you're careful with them, if you look after them.
Yeah. Like, well, okay, Exhibit A. Like, guys, this is 30 years old now. This is 30 years old. I mean, you could eat off of this thing. So
Wouldn't recommend it, but you could.
don't recommend it. But yeah, take care of your belongings, because they don't make these anymore. And once they're gone, they're gone. And that makes me sad.
Mhm.
So take care of your stuff.
Yes, this isn't like the ET cartridges that they buried in the desert.
Yeah, true story. Because they
Yeah,
dug
it
them
was.
up.
They
They
did.
dug them up.
For the
And
longest time, they thought that was an urban legend, but no, they
yeah,
found them.
yeah. I'm sorry, Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. What's the right way? Sorry, the right way for what?
Oh, I
know
think it was in regards to what you were just saying. That's why I pulled it up.
Oh,
How
yeah.
to clean the cartridges.
Yeah. So also if you get this could be its own video someday. So yeah, we can get into that too. Remind me next time, I'll give you guys a crash course. I can actually show you how to do a typical cartridge if you'd like to see that. So Olds Gamer, tune in for that one, because
Cleaning your cartridges with Zeropium.
it is so easy to do. It's actually a lot of fun. It's just kind of a time consuming process if you have a lot to do like I do. But yeah, so real quick, yeah, just make your bullet points. Get yourself some cotton swabs, get yourself some isopropyl alcohol, at least 70%. Don't go any less than that, because you want to minimize how much water is actually in that thing. 90% is really your sweet spot. So if you can get a bottle of that, good. And that's all you need.
Nice.
But yeah, if you want to go into detail, I'll show you how to really get in here and get all that good stuff.
You know what? That's probably something good, because I would probably add that with the accessories.
Yeah, we could do
looking
that.
after your games and things. So
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great idea. Nice.
Excellent. Because I could
We
show
have
you how to.
another thing
sorry.
to cover.
Yeah, so I could show you a standard cartridge, NES cartridge. I could show you Super Nintendo cartridge. I've even done Sega cartridges. They're pretty much all the same. I can even show you how to do DS games. They're really not that hard at all. But yeah. And cleaning discs. If you've ever bought a CD or a CD player, they always tell you how to clean these things anyway. Just get a nice microfiber cloth and just wipe them down.
Just be gentle with them. Exactly.
Tune in next week when I teach you all how to take a shower. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want a crash course on that, I'd love to show that. Yeah, whatever you guys want us to cover, because yeah, you guys are awesome when you get involved. I love this stuff, man.
When Zero says, "Purple, get that PC up and running so you can play real games and mod Skyrim the true way." I'm working on it, I promise.
In other words, he wants more blood and boobies.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not that I would know. Just say no. You guys already know what I've got. I've got boobies and dongs galore. So
yes, yeah, I think we covered that last time, didn't we? When we were talking mods.
Yes, we did. Because I don't want to rip the clothes off someone and see all the gold underwear. Like, in all honesty, yes, I get why they did it. because obviously you can't put that out there and then have all the bodies naked. And obviously they're not going to create 40,000 different varieties of undergarments for all your NPCs to wear. I get it. I just like a little bit of realism when I raid a corpse. That's all.
Is that too much to ask in this day and age? I don't think so.
I don't think so. You go look on the internet, look for certain things, and Google will give you what you want in about 0.3 seconds. I guarantee it. Yeah, someone go Google jiggly bits right now. See what comes up. Oh yeah, she'll get you what you need. I'm sure of it. Just don't share your links with chat. Behave out there. Do what you do on your own time. Nothing wrong with that.
You do
Yeah,
you
man.
and have a fun time. Exactly.
Yeah. So sounds like we got quite the extensive lineup coming up whenever
We do.
you
Yes.
guys would like to see this again. It's
So
all
I
up to
think
you.
Friday seems to work well. So shall we try every 2 weeks on a Friday, perhaps?
Yeah, we
Yeah?
could do that. We could
Nice.
even do one next Friday if you want, but I'm not gonna whore myself out there like that. I only threw that out there just because everything that's still fresh in my mind. But yeah, by all means, guys, leave comments galore. You can hit me.
I'm not sure if you can hear me. I've lost you. Yep, you're muted.
Yep. Okay, so what? Oh my!
I said, what
My
just happened?
My cable just got tweaked ever so slightly. So I plugged it back in and I thought I was good. So again, what I said, you can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit Purple up on Twitter. Let us know. Let us know when and what you guys would like to see and get involved because, yeah, honestly, I love getting to have these conversations with you guys. And yeah, we just have a good time. I love it.
I love it as well. These are some of the most...
you can hit me in the sound. somebody clip that. We'll do something like that.
Someone will clip it and they'll send it to you.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, I just want to say thanks again for all of you guys being here because this is all obviously the things I look forward to the most, getting to chat with you guys and yeah, just have a good old time. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for all your love and support. And I can't wait to see you all again.
Absolutely. Cannot wait for the next show. I always have a fantastic time getting to talk gaming with Zeropium.
Buy more Kirby games.
Yeah. Well,
I'm done.
Buy Kirby, exactly. Yeah. Assuming that they have Kirby in stock when you go to buy it.
Yeah.
That was
good
weird.
call. Brandon, the anime guy, says Super Smash Bros. That like. Okay, I'm done. Last time. I'm out. I'll mute myself again.
So, guys, let me say a massive thank you to my ever awesome co-host Zeropium. Thank you, honey.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be a part of it.
Always a pleasure. A huge thank you to everybody who joined us today. You guys were awesome as always. Thank you to everybody who sent super chats, who sent member chats. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys are the best as always. I will be back on Monday as usual, but on Sunday I will also be joining Makini for his art streams. I'm really looking forward to that.
All right. That'll be the next best thing since Bob Ross.
I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of art as well.
Ooh,
I'm not very good at drawing, but I do like to sculpt. So that's what I'll be doing whilst we're chatting and having a fantastic time.
Excellent.
So guys, have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Look after each other. And we will see you all again very, very soon. Mwah.